Hello, this is Arcades, and welcome to another episode of Foundry. And, so instead of the playthrough today, I figured since it's so close to the demo coming out, that this has been played on, I thought I would come here. This is a world I did on stream a few weeks ago, and I managed to knock this world out in probably about that one stream, so it was about 12 hours. Yeah, something like that. And I thought I'd give a few little tips and tricks of things I had noticed, and just general tips on Foundry for hopefully new people to look out for. So, first thing we're going to look at is controls, as just as a general reference. So down at the bottom of the screen, you see we have all of our equipment and stuff selected. You notice it's in a... You can use your 1 to 0 to select between them. Now here's the thing though, is like sometimes you'll be running around. You can't hit escape to get out of it. Generally what you want to do is hit the same number in to get rid of it. Now, there's quite a number of controls that aren't specifically listed right away, or aren't very, don't stand out. If you ever have a problem finding out what you can or can't do with any given menu, there's this little I button down here at the bottom. It will tell you what you can do within that menu to, just in general. It's kind of contextual. So if you see that little I, take a look at it. It will generally give you any controls for that moment. Okay, so now if you're building things and you're wanting other options to do with them, sometimes you gotta hold your right mouse button to change things, say like with the pipes and such. It does say down the bottom, RMB for intersection for mode. Now, as you noticed, that it also says there's a build mode. If you hit X again, there's a free mode, and what this does is it places the item at you at a fixed distance, and it loses all snapping qualities, so you can now place it wherever you want as long as it's a legal placement. Okay, say you want to add another building of the same recipe or such. Now, if you just want to copy anything you're pointing at, you can hit Q, and it will make it active. Now, if you don't have an inventory, it'll sit there and say, hey, you don't have that available. Not enough in inventory. Now, say you want to copy a building, but you want to keep the recipe. If you hold Control and hit Q, you can place it, and it will have the same recipe going. Okay, so if you want to remove a building, you can hit F, it'll bring up Demolition Mode, and boom, you took out one thing. But what if you need to take out multiple things? If you hold Control F, you get Demolition Mode, which then you select on the thing you want to, your starting point. You drag out first your X and Y area, like this, and then you tell it how high you want it to go, and everything within will get picked up. Okay, say you want to use the bulk demolish, but you don't want to exactly hit the floor involved with it or something else, but you need to grab certain things. Now, if we bring up the bulk demolition, if you hold Alt, it says it up right there, top screen, it'll bring up this right here. This is allowing it to bring up the cube into an empty space, which then you can click as your starting point. And then you can bring it over. Grab your X and Y area, and then grab your horizontal or your vertical, and there you go. Okay, so you just put down a whole line of buildings. You don't have any settings to copy from, but you need to put a recipe on all these machines. You can press V, and this will bring up your tablet. From there, you hold Shift and right mouse button, copies the recipe, point at your target, Holding shift again, hit your left mouse button, and it pastes the recipe. Now, about the tablet itself, it gives your information based on the thing you are pointing at. Kind of like a contextual info. And you'll notice it'll say assembler 2, recipe, and then down below that it gives you quick actions that you can do, and then it tells you the last copied configuration. And you can copy the configurations of a lot of things. At least things that can be set. You know, science packs and all that. So, it does require you to have the tablet out to do it. If you notice, it had an option for the copy target and the copy target settings. Whoops. Like that, so you can bring it out to... But you do not require the tablet open in order to use those two copying functions. Now, if you want to build something, you don't have to move it to your hotbar. You can actually just build it straight from your inventory by going up to the item you want and then right-clicking on it, and then you can start building it right from your inventory. Now, another thing is about the drag modes. When you go to build blocks, you can drag horizontally, and this is noted by the arrows. You have the 4 arrows that show the directions you can move. Now, if you want to drag vertically, you hit Y, and now you'll notice the 4 arrows, even though you can't see the 4th one right there, it is there. But there's the 3 you can see are now facing up and left and right. And when you drag, you now drag in this manner. Now, here's the thing about the dragging, is that it is based on your direction that you are facing. So once you get past a certain angle, it switches whether it goes that way or that way. So keep that in mind as you go to drag. Okay, should you get to the point where you're using high voltage when it comes to connecting the wires? When you have the cable in your hand, in your hotbar, and you've got it selected, ready to go, you can just click on the thing and then drag. When you bring it out to drag it, you will notice it will automatically bring out a power pole as your default option. You can connect it to another one that you've already preset up, or you can drag it out until you can place another. Now, when you do this, it automatically chains and allows you to go straight to the next one. But you can instead choose to connect it to this. Just like right here, this is the wall plug. Now you see, I've done a wall plug and it's wanting me to continue on with a wall plug. Right click when you want to stop. Okay, so now you want to power stuff on a low voltage grid, say like some lights or some other structures and such. And you've got your high voltage setup and running to go. So all you got to do, put yourself down a transformer, connect it up to the high voltage grid, and now this is transmitting your low power grid voltage to your low voltage grid, and everything's being powered, as you can see, on, off. Now, you want more to be transferred to this, then just get another one, put it down, and there you go. And they do add up, because as you can see here, 5 kilowatts out of 10 megawatts being used. 2 transformer smalls, 10 megawatts. You don't need to keep your drone miners far away or on the outer edge of any of your Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave this off, and those are hopefully some tips and tricks to help you out with controls that you might not have noticed before. I would like to do a little bit more, but unfortunately, that's all I got time for today. Hope you enjoyed what you watched. Hope you liked what you saw. If you did, hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and yeah, helps the channel out. So, this is Arcades, signing out. Have yourself a good day. Whee! I really want a camera.